in accepting that we have a generation problem. So Ghanaians, bear with us. Where lies the difficulty? Is it because of the politics of it? You don't want to accept that it's doomed so that, it will become a political chess ball or whatever. What exactly is the issue? And what's your own, what have you also been finding out as to why we find ourselves in this difficulty?
My brother, how are you?
I'm doing very well.
Thank you. Well. Good morning to your viewers, and I'm happy to be on Metro. It's one station that I don't come on very often.
That's true.
But I'm happy to be here. Look, my brother,
there's
no problem.
There's no problem?
There's nothing that we have not owned up to. Everyone have said that there are challenges in the system. People's lights are going off. I mean, you can't see blue and say that it's pink. Ghanaians' lights are going off. So how can you say that there's no light going off? But you see, when people's lights go off, they want to know why their light is off. And there's been plenty of reasons given why lights are going off. It's a combination of issues. There are localized problems, and there are also generational problems. My sister Nanaya is very versed in the system, so she knows some stuff.
She said the same.
She said certain things. But you know what? When my brother Kofi Adam says that we inherited everything, yes, we inherited everything, including the mess. Let's not NDC come and pretend that they did not leave a mess. In 2016 November, Honorable Setepe have set up a committee headed by Mr. Ahenkra. The draft report of that committee said that all the PPAs that the MDC have signed from 2012 to 2016, bear in mind, we've gone into the IMF, and the IMF have told His Excellency the President, John Dramani Mahama, that, look, sort out the mess you have created, because there were over 10,000 PPAs that have 10,000 megawatts in PPAs that have been signed. So the committee was set up to clean that up. This excess capacity issue is not an imagination of MPP. That committee headed by Mr. Ahenkra told the NDC that if all the PPAs that they have signed is left and nothing is done, Ghana will have to pay $586 million a year. It's not me saying it. It's a report the NDC commissioned telling them before they left. You understand? So there was a mess that they have created. When they talk of gas, we had free gas coming from Jubilee to Ghana Gas. Free. Until September, when the freeness basically ended, and we're now having to negotiate the price for gas from the Jubilee partners. When they were in power, 2012 to 2016, the gas from Jubilee was free. What did they do? Instead of them giving more investment for Jubilee to expand the gas fields and basically build bigger Ghana Gas, they now contracted take or pay from ENI, okay, which was more expensive gas than Jubilee. Well, let's put the numbers on the table, okay? The ENI OTCP gas was more expensive than Jubilee. Because Jubilee was free.
Do you have any figures to show?
Yes. He's here. You bear with me. I can get you the figures, but let me go. By the time you come around, I'll give you the numbers on how much the OC or the gas. Okay. I think at that time it was about $8 per scarf or something. I'll get you the right figures.
Okay.
The NPP came in and renegotiated it. Okay. So you signed a take or pay, basically forcing us to take expensive gas into the basket from ENI. That is one. So that was another mess that was created by the NDC. So now the MPP comes in 2017, right? And we have to do all this cleaning up of the PPAs that have signed. Those that were MOUs, we basically canceled. Those that have take or pay, that nothing could be done, we kept them. But there were about 2,500 overcapacity at that time.
So why are we off now?
My brother, let me go on and give you the... You see, you made something that they've allowed people who are not in the sector to spew lies. I, Kwadwo Poku, am in the sector.
Please go ahead.
So you can't... I mean,
if
we're having a technical conversation, let's have a technical conversation. Because I'm in the sector. I've been here since for the last 22 years. So I know what's going on. Now, when we now have a scenario whereby we have the PPAs, which is 2,500 megawatts of PPA. Now, let's educate Ghanaians and let Ghanaians understand that there's nothing wrong with excess capacity. Okay? Every nation, I have said that we need to have that conversation. Do we wait and exhaust our capacity before we build new ones?
No.
Or we build excess capacity, but PULC have to let Parliament and PULC decide who pays for the excess. Because if you're going to have a plant sit there, somebody has to pay for it.
I agree.
So Ghanaians have to admit that we need excess capacity, but we have to pay for it.
Especially for the capacity charges.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So look, the problem that the MPP talks about is that in 2017, whether for a betterment of the future or not, there were power purchase agreements that were committed to that at that point we did not need. So for 2 years, excess capacity conversation exists in 2017, excess capacity conversation exists in 2018. When you enter 2019, 2020, the excess capacity is fading down because we grow at 250 megawatts every year, roughly. So somebody told me a joke. It's like a young guy who was 3 years, his parents go to the market and buy him a 6-year-old trouser. But that way they're small, so don't worry. So we have the capacity and we've grown into it, admittedly. Was it a good thing to have excess capacity? Yes. But was it an albatross around the government's neck in 2017, 2018? Absolutely, yes.
Yeah, but it's going to be a price to pay for.
No, but somebody has to. So
for proactivity.
No, yes, but the conversation that the MPP has always put out there is that nobody is saying that the excess capacity was a bad thing. What we are saying is that there was excess capacity that we have to use hard-earned Ghanaian money to pay for.
Okay, so it's good to have excess capacity, but
yes,
it's come at a cost.
Cost, yes.
And you're saying
but anytime MPP has talked about excess capacity, we were telling Ghanaians of what people keep saying that, look, you borrowed all this money, what have you done with it?
Yeah, but that's not the same as saying we didn't need.
No, my brother. Need is a different thing.
Okay.
Needing it and making provision to pay for it is a different thing altogether.
Right, I get it.
That is what I'm saying, that when they got into that mess and they realized that in 2016 November, they had to come up with $586 million every year. How are we going to find that money? Okay? So even the little that was done, leaving about 2,500 in place, somebody has to pay for it. But anytime MPP talks about excess capacity, is to explain to Ghanaians what we have done with your money. Okay? People keep asking, oh, Nanado came in, had all this money. My brother talks about 3 wells that was given to Nanado. Yes, 3 wells was given. But we have to use that money to pay for their excess capacity, which today, yes, admittedly, we are using.
Really? Is that it?
So again, but hold on, how do you... No, but I'm just saying that the money, the proceeds from oil and gas is proceeds to government. So what I'm saying is that money that comes into government coffers, some of the things that government have used the money for, government has always itemized what we've used money for. Okay, one of them in 2017, 2018, 2019 is to pay for excess capacity. And that is not money that anybody has chopped. So it is to explain the usage of Ghanaians' money. That is why we explain excess capacity. Okay, so let's not anybody make it look like, yes, we inherited all the good stuff. No. We inherited a lot of bad stuff, a lot of bad decisions, and we have cleaned it up. Now, let's come to where we are now. And I don't want people to make it low. My brother again said that, oh, we talk about Ameri not being around, Tico not being around. If you add them, Andrew 700 in pool. Clearly, he doesn't know what he's talking about. Ameri is 230. Tico is 340. Tapco is 300. You add them up, it's 870.
True.
Okay, so it's definitely more than the 700 he's talking about. Okay, look, this is what the problem is now.
But hold on, before you go ahead and talk about the problem I think the principle Kofi was driving was that
if you come out and say that you only have these 3 out, but let me address that. That's my next step.
We should have more than enough to serve everybody. We don't have gotten the figure accurately.
Yes, but we don't. That's my next step. We don't have. Because now Amandi is 200. Amandi is not working.
Why is he not working?
Well, go and ask the operators of Amandi. There are technical faults with Amandi. It's not about gas and it's not about light food oil. Amandi is down. It's not. There's a fault with Amandi. It's not working. The engineers are working on it. You see, we've come into a problem where there are technical issues. People keep saying that it's financial. Financial to what extent? But today, the reason that there are challenges, and I admitting to the challenges, is this problem I'm about to enumerate to you.
Please go ahead.
Okay? Amandi is 200 megawatts. Amandi is down. Tico Tapco, as we already talked about, went to maintenance last year, November, has not been able to come back. It's only Tico that gives us 110 every now and then because the rest is having the challenge coming up. Tapco is down completely, okay? Then you have Ameri. We relocated Ameri from Takoradi to Kumasi. There was a decision, why I don't know, that only 6 units of the 10 units should go to Kumasi and 4 units should be used to start a new project in Takoradi. For me, bad decision. But what it meant is that now we only have 6 units of the Ameri in Kumasi about to start. So that 230 megawatts in our generational mix is unavailable to us until 150 of it comes up in Kumasi.
True.
Okay? So now, then Bew Power. Bew Power is a peaking plant, so it comes on in the evening. Mm-hmm. It's 345. As I speak to you now, Bew only gives us barely 100 megawatts. Because,
what?
Yes, because 1, the water is down. 2, they have 2 units that keep giving them vibration. So the advice is that they need to basically look at it and see what the problem is. So now, if you add the 200 and all these bits and pieces not available, we have about 1,065 megawatts. Take out the 110, which sometimes Tico give us. Then you now have only about a 90-50, which is not available.
Yeah.
Then, a month ago, NGAS. And I want to tell my brother Kofi Adams, VRA does not own NGAS a dime. I am in direct communication with the MD of NGAS. I can put him on speed dial right now. VRA do not owe NGAS a dime.
Since when?
They do not owe them a dime.
Since
as
when?
I speak here. As
I
sit here now, they do not owe them a dime.
I said
current information is that NGAS VRA does not owe them
but to be
a
fair
dime.
to Kofi, he said
Last
year.
But brother, if you are
he didn't have the current.
If you're going to give information to Ghanaians, let's give the latest information.
To make
payments,
whether they have paid.
So that's fine. Now
that's fine.
He says
The information now is
but
that.
Kofi, you're more than. You're more than free to cross-check.
That's fine. They do not owe them a dime.
Okay.
As at last month, NGAS underwent maintenance, right? The delegation came to the ministry, they spoke to the minister, told everybody that, look, we are going to undergo maintenance. But the thing is that their maintenance was supposed to go on for 3 weeks. It went on for an extra 15 days. It only finished this Monday gone. And we are getting some flows from NGAS. So now the pressure is not up to the pressure we want, but we are getting some gas from NGAS, okay? At the back end of NGAS, Chevron has not finished their maintenance to pump their gas into their train. So basically, we have limited gas coming from Nigeria.
Okay.
So those are a mouthful of problems that has culminated on the desk of everybody. That is why we have the challenges that we are having.